Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to the last episode of the regular season of the NFL. Week 18 hurts so bad. I feel like we're at a graduation ceremony here. We're saying bye to everyone. But wait, Greg, the NFL might be adding an eighth seed here. So we all know the fallout of the Hamlin situation. Thank God he's doing well.
Yep.
He's doing great. He's in good shape, which means the NFL is going to be as scheduled this weekend. We had thumbs up from all the Bills organization today. We have thumbs up from the Bills doctors. We have thumbs up from the Cincinnati from the family. Everybody has thumbs up. That's the green go for this weekend. The only thing we don't know that's in speculation while we're doing this pod, and it's definitely going to affect some lines. So let's just be upright here. We don't know if the NFL is going to give that option for first seed or bye with Kansas City, Buffalo, Cincinnati in the mix. We don't know if they're going to wait until after these games are set in order to make a decision. And we don't know if Mike Florio is right and they might actually add an eighth seed to both the AFC and the NFC. Let's just, for these purposes, pretend there's an eighth seed, meaning more teams are going to play more competitive football.
Yep.
Right. So that's really the benefit of the doubt that we're going there. As always, Winning P Weekly on Twitter. We're on the Knicks, Jets, ETC period YouTube playlist where we have the Jets pods, we have the Knicks pods, and of course we have the NFL here. We have the College National Championship is there. We might have to redo another one there because we did not have TCU. But as always, we'll have the playoff stuff. Hit us up. Let us know what you got. And without further ado, no Thursday game. But Greg, we got two Saturday games here. Both these games matter. Kansas City minus 9.5, looking for that one seed. Apparently, they're trying to put themselves in the mix here, trying to make it a hard decision for the NFL. they're minus 9.5 at Vegas after what we saw was a really good performance by Stidham, but now Stidham's a little bit hurt. Was it just a spark in the first time? Like we said, it's 9.5, a lot of points at home. Season finale for Las Vegas. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, last week I had Vegas as the best bet. I had Kansas City as the best bet, and they did not look great. They put a competitive game against Denver. You can't say that about many teams this year. So I'm riding with Las Vegas. I'm a loyal guy. Stidham's a little banged up, but give me 9.5 points. Give me Las Vegas at home. Give me KC not looking too good. I think KC's going to win this game, and that's all that matters for playoffs and seeding and stuff like that. You don't have to cover. KC, like we talked about, I think last episode or 2 episodes ago, historically not the best team when it comes to covering. So give me Las Vegas. Give me the team nobody wants. I love Las Vegas. And let's get a start off Saturday with a nice little win here.
Yeah, so I'm a little speculative. Are they the team that nobody wants? Because I see 95% of the money on the spread on Vegas and 60% on of the bets, percentage of bets also on Vegas here. And I get why. Stidham looked great. Raiders look fine. Their defense is good. But dude, last week the playoffs were still a possibility. Even with the 8th seed possibility here, Vegas is out. They're not making the playoffs. Jacobs doesn't want to get hurt. Waller doesn't want to get hurt. Devontae Adams doesn't want to get hurt. At some point, they're not going to be at full max in this game, especially if Stidham's not there. Like, what are we really even talking about? Third string quarterback here. Game doesn't matter. On the other side, you have Kansas City, who needs this win. Kansas City's going to cover double digits, no problem. This is a don't think, just take Kansas City 4:30 on a Saturday.
I like it.
Next up, we got the division game that we've been talking about for like 4 weeks now. It feels like Tennessee Titans all rested up, but with Josh Dobbs after looking good last week in a quote unquote meaningless game, plus 6.5 at Jacksonville. What do you got, dude? Jacksonville. I'm telling you right now. We talked about 8 seed. We got Jets backgrounds. We need Jacksonville to win this game if the Jets are going to get in here. So, throw that out there for you.
Yeah, I like Tennessee. I like Tennessee in the points, though. I just think that, to your point, it's a meaningless game, quote unquote, for Tennessee. Wasn't a meaningless game for Josh Dobbs, and he looked okay. think Tennessee has a better defense. I think Tennessee has Derrick Henry. I just think it's going to be Saturday night. It's going to be a little cool. Jacksonville's not really used to playing in these types of games. Tennessee was the 1 seed last year. Tennessee plays in a lot of these games. 6.5 points is just a lot of points. I feel like they're kind of baiting to take Jacksonville at 6.5. They've been hot. I made the comment a few weeks back about how they kind of roller coaster, and it's just been a hockey stick up for Jacksonville the last few weeks. They've been looking good. Defense looks good. Offense looks good. They've been beating teams. So, does it all come crashing at the end? That's usually how the Jacksonville story goes. I still think they could win this game, but 6.5 points I think is just too much in a do or die Saturday night for the division game with a team that, again, was the 1 seed last year, has been in the playoffs multiple times with Vrabel, knows what they're doing with Derrick Henry, has a decent defense. Just too many points.
Listen, I agree. I think Tennessee should win this game, but Dobbs is weird. You know what I mean? Like, he is now playing an official playoff game for a division.
Yeah.
It is tough for Dobbs to be in there. I think they're going to stack the box against Henry. They're going to make Dobbs throw. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it against Jacksonville. Jacksonville is at home for a division. I think Jacksonville might do it, man. The funny thing here is, well, before the whole 8th seed thing, because now if you lose, you can playoffs. If that doesn't happen, this is like NFL fan / organization nirvana. If you win this game, you host a playoff game. If you lose, you're in the top 15. Like, I think like top 13 possibly. It's so crazy. Like, this is a nice spot to be in for either team. I think Jacksonville's going to win. Hoping for it. I need it. Give me Jacksonville by a touchdown. Going to the Sunday 1 o'clocks. Got a large slate here. Let's start off with the game that nobody has any idea what's going to happen in. And that's New England plus 7.5 at Buffalo. Buffalo's minus 7.5 here. We didn't see Buffalo last week. We know the emotions are everywhere. What do you think is going to happen in this game?
I think New England's going to cover. I think there's a chance that they win just because that's just how New England goes. It has nothing to do with the Buffalo Bills. It has everything to do with the man in the hood and Bill Belichick just up there in New England, destroying the Jets' chances, destroying the Jets' lives year after year. I think it's just how it goes, unfortunately. So, last week with the win against Miami, they're in a win and get in situation. And I think they win and get in. I really do. 7.5 points is nice. It might be a little bit that they're trying to trick you into taking New England with the hook. But I think New England's going to be competitive. I think it's going to be ugly. I think it's going to be low scoring. Yes, it's at Buffalo. I'm sure the stadium, the energy, the fans are going to be absolutely insane. 7? Okay. So maybe they're not trying to trick you with the hook, which is even better. So I liked it at 7.5. I love it at 7. Give me New England.
Everybody's on New England.
My first best bet of the weekend. Everyone's on New England. You said that too about Las Vegas. I'm interested to see what it comes in at time of close when the actual game starts, because I got a feeling that it's Thursday or not a lot of people are putting their bets in for Sunday just yet. So I'm interested to see the Kansas City line close, because I feel like a lot of public money is going to come in on Kansas City. I feel like a lot of public money is going to come in on Buffalo. So I'm happy to be on the side of the team that's getting bet a little heavier too right now.
No, I'm taking Buffalo in this emotional game. I think they're going to be ready here. They're going to be hyped to win this game. And they had a bye week. I mean, maybe not an emotional bye week, but definitely a physical bye week.
Yeah.
I think they can absolutely kill New England. I think they can't wait to get back on the field after all this craziness this whole week, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Speaking of teams desperate to get back on the field, Minnesota, 12-4. Feels like they're 4-12. The way they've been playing, the way people have been talking about them.
The way people have been talking about it, the way they've been playing is winning football. They've won 12 games.
Not if you listen to how people talk about Minnesota, it legit sounds like they're fighting for the first round pick.
Yeah, because the people are idiots.
So, to be fair, I already took them today to win the Super Bowl and win the NFC just in case here. But minus 3.5 at Chicago. Chicago, not only do they need to lose, in order to have a chance at the first spot or solidify the second spot in the draft, they're not starting Justin Fields. This team has no shot. Minnesota needs this game. They have a potential at the first round bye, if there is a first round bye. If not, they're just trying to clinch home field because playing in Minnesota makes a difference as we see. You don't want to play the Giants in MetLife with Kirk Cousins. You just don't want to do it in the playoffs. Bring everyone to Minnesota, play that stupid skull chant, do the dumb horn, and win football games. So I love Minnesota here. 3.5, make it 6.5, make it 10. Dude, honestly, this game could be 11.5. I think I'll still take Minnesota. I
Yeah.
love this best bet. Best bet for me.
Oh, okay, I like that. Yeah, I'm with you. No Justin Fields, no Chicago for me. Give me Minnesota. Justin Jefferson last week, pretty down week against Jair Alexander. Definitely looking to bounce back. Has a shot at the single season record. I think he needs like 200-ish yards, something around there, 100, high 100. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I like Minnesota. I've liked them all year. Have preseason bets for them. Definitely gonna be rooting for them, depending on who they play in the NFC. So I got a couple other NFC futures going.
All right, speaking of first pick and just the bottom of the bunch here, we got Houston 2-13-1, trying to solidify that first spot at Indy. Indy's trying to get a win here. Jeff Saturday, if he can give you a nice little sandwich where his first start as a head coach he won, his last start as a head coach he won, be able to talk about that nicely. I think they're a little bit motivated after that what happened with Tibbs. Just kind of being a jerk with his angel celebration, the sleepy thing, and then his answer.
Guy.
Thank God he's on the Jets. I'm not even joking. That would be a horrible. I like Indy here, -2.5. Like the Houston's motivated to lose. Indy's motivated to win. Because Saturday it's going to be around this organization regardless. We saw he's pretty involved. So you want to do well. I'm going to make this my second best bet. Taking Indy. I know. Actually, you know what? This is a hold your nose pick for me because you don't want to take this bet. Nobody wants to take this bet. Just take Indy. It's a disgusting game. Nobody wants to watch it. It's not going to be on Red Zone unless he says the obligatory go in so that we could see every touchdown. Like that's the only time they're going to go in there. Hold your nose and take Indy -2.5.
Yeah, I like Houston here. I was thinking about making this my what am I missing pick of the week because it's a 2-point spread with, like you're saying, a team that's trying to get the first overall pick, the most valuable thing in all sports.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what you're missing. I'll tell you what you're missing. Who's the quarterback
for Indy?
Yeah,
Sam Ellinger.
I mean
yeah.
That's why. That's why. It's
with no Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, that's pretty scary. So. Yeah, give me Houston. I feel like this doesn't make sense. Houston's one of those teams. I think even if they win and Chicago loses, I still think they keep the first overall pick because they have the tie in there, even though they're both at 3 wins. So they can't lose the first overall pick, it looks like. So I think Houston just mucks it up and gets a win here. I think it's going to be ugly. Don't know if it's going to be low scoring or high scoring, but give me Houston.
All right, speaking of ugly games, this point, go check out the Jets pod, but there's a really quick recap here. It looks like it might be Joe Flacco and Chris Streveler because Mike White got downgraded today, and it's Thursday, and he has a rib injury, so he didn't look too great last week. Zach Wilson has been told by his head coach that he needs to go to the beach and read a book, so I don't know that he's going to play. I think it's going to be Flacco, and I think it's going to be a Flacco-Streveler package here, which is going to be interesting, especially because the other side is Thompson and Mike Glennon. You saw what the Jets did to Skylar Thompson earlier. What's funny is Zach Wilson actually dropped 40 points with no touchdowns against Miami. Well, it was one of my favorite home games ever at MetLife. None of these teams have won in the last 5 games. Both teams are... I mean, Miami's for real fighting for the playoffs. Like, forget the hand me out by the NFL. The Jets, I mean, again, if they have that 8 seed, dude, at this point they're going to be not playing. Like, first of all, it was embarrassing last week.
Yeah.
But at this point, with even that thought in the air, they're going to be playing hard this week. +2, I like it. Skylar Thompson stinks. And to be honest with you, man, nothing would make me happier than the Jets get Mike McDaniel fired.
I
and then
saw
he
that.
joins the Jets. Because he would be a fantastic offensive coordinator. You move LaFleur to offensive friend. You send Calabrese back to East Islip, and you just move on. That'd be fantastic.
No way. I would cry if that happened.
Why?
Because Mike McDaniel's a clown and Mike LaFleur is
He's a clown
fine.
head coach,
Yeah, so that happens.
offensive
There's
coordinator.
people that happens to once a year. There's clown head coaches all over the league. It doesn't mean I want him more part of my organization, part of my team. I
I'll
don't
take
feel
Hackett as a D coordinator, not on the Jets, but I think Hackett's a good coordinator as well.
I don't know. I just don't want Mike McDaniel being a goofball on my sidelines. I want Mike McDaniel far away from my team. I want Mike McDaniel to stay in Miami so I can play him twice a year. I'm going with the Jets, man. Like you said on the Jets episode too. I think last week, if we beat Miami, we're 3-3 against divisional opponents this year for the first time in who knows how long. We have a chance to sweep Miami. We have a chance to win on the road against a divisional opponent. We have a chance to knock out our opponent from the playoffs. We're +2. Yeah, it's probably Joe Flacco, but yeah, it's Skylar Thompson for the other team. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be disgusting. It's gonna be a game one in the trenches. So I like our O line if we can fucking get the ball running a little bit. Give me the Jets +2 on the road.
All right. The other side of that Buffalo tragedy was Cincinnati.
Yep.
Cincinnati fighting for division. They don't get it. They'll make the playoffs normal against Baltimore. Baltimore has, I mean, they have their quarterback's been on strike all year. So
Yeah.
they have Huntley again, but Huntley's limited. I mean, sure he's going to play, but how healthy is he? They're getting 7 at Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati's going to be motivated as hell again. Bye week last week. I think Cincinnati rolls here. I know that the Baltimore defense has been okay. I think Joe Burrow at home back in Cincinnati, it's going to be that's going to be the most electric home field in so long. I mean, Buffalo's going to be electric at home, but Cincinnati's also going to be electric at home. Uh, I love that -7, man. I love this game. Baltimore sucks. This is not the time to discuss, but I really wonder if the Ravens are going to choose Harbaugh or Lamar Jackson, and whatever one they choose is going to make a huge difference. They stink, man.
I
This is a
hope. I
lost year
hope.
for them.
Yeah, I hope they choose hardball and let Lamar Jackson walk. But that's another story for
He's
another
not going to
day.
walk. He's going to trade. I mean, interesting.
Trade, perfect. Trade him. That'd be great. Cincinnati -7 is my pick. It's my second best bet. To your point, I think they're going to absolutely dominate. Yeah, Baltimore just hasn't been good. They're the worst 10-win team of all time. It's crazy that they're here and they got this far, but so many bad losses early in the season. This team should be in control of the division. They're not. Cincinnati looks to be, doing good at the right time. So yeah, it's 7 points. It sucks. That's a lot, but I think Cincinnati is just 2-3 touchdowns better than Baltimore.
All right. We agree.
Second best bet. 2 best bets down, 1 to go.
I like it. All right, let's go to our main man, Sam Darnold. I don't know how he lost that game last week, man. +3.5 at New Orleans. This could potentially be for playoffs here, especially if there's an 8 seed. So it's gonna be an interesting game. I love the hook. I love Carolina 3 in the hook. I love their defense. This is my what am I missing pick. This is my what on earth am I missing with New Orleans at their -3.5? They suck. They only win games when Taysom Hill does stuff. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
I love Carolina, man. I don't know why this line is like this, unless they think Carolina has no motivation. I think they're very, 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 very motivated in this game. I
Yeah.
I like Carolina here.
I'm with you too. I like Carolina for all the reasons you said. I mean, New Orleans just doesn't seem that good. Not sure why it's 3.5. I guess they're the home team, but I mean, they just don't look too good, man. Their offense doesn't look good. Their defense doesn't look particularly good.
Yeah,
Like what do the Saints do well? I can't tell you.
exactly.
So, yeah.
Taysom Hill. They run Taysom Hill. That's what they
Yeah.
do good.
Yep. So yeah, so give me Carolina +3.5.
All right. Tampa +3.5 at Atlanta. This game means absolutely nothing for Tampa. Technically means nothing for Atlanta. However, I think Desmond Ritter is actually fighting for his life. Haha. Hypothetical life, football life here. I think Atlanta really needs this game. -3.5 tells it all. Obviously, this would be -5.5 Tampa if it was a for real game.
Yeah.
So this game's telling you it's baked in. So it's not, this is nothing crazy. I think Tampa's literally going to sit out the second half. I
I
think
think
that's how Tom Brady plays it because Todd Bowles is a weirdo. So I'm taking Atlanta minus 3.5. I don't trust Bowles to do anything correct. Give me the Falcons.
Yeah, this is one of my missing pick of the week because I agree with you. The line makes no sense. It indicates that the team's not going to play, but no one said anything yet, so we don't really know. Are they starting their defense? Are they have some offensive linemen that are kind of coming back from injury? So are they trying to get them in to get them a couple snaps? Are they going to treat it like a preseason game? I don't know. To your point, it looks like a 7-8 point swing based on what we think it should be, -4.5, -5.5, whatever. Instead, it's 3.5 the other way to Atlanta. Atlanta's not 3.5 points better than a fully healthy Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So something's off. This is, like I said, one of my missing pick of the week. So I'm going with Atlanta because it doesn't make any sense.
All right, the last string here of the 1 o'clocks and the last string of the Jets' need for the playoffs. And that's Cleveland plus 2.5, the almighty 8 seed on the line versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers are 8-8, so I get it. Everybody on earth is going to take Pittsburgh here because Mike Tomlin is going to go over 500. I totally understand why you think that, but I have bad news. Cleveland's going to win this game. Deshaun Watson is going to go into Pittsburgh and win this game plus 2.5, no problem.
Yeah, I'm with you. Maybe I'm Joe Public on this. I'm going Pittsburgh. Maybe Pittsburgh -2.5, get to 9-8. Kenny Pickett looks good, man. We had a conversation last week, I think, on the Jets episode about quarterbacks we're looking at because Zach Wilson isn't the answer. Very jealous of Kenny Pickett right now. Played in the ACC, looked good in the ACC, scored 40, 50, 50, 60 points a game in the ACC. And some boneheaded plays, some rookie mistakes, a couple injuries, which is a little scary. But other than that, he can sling it when it matters. A couple late games, a couple late victories for Pittsburgh. I think they keep it rolling -2.5. I think it may be a trick to make you pick it, but they're tricking me here. Give me Pittsburgh -2.5.
Oh, rhymed. Pick it to make you picking, and you pick it.
Yeah, and George Pickens, throw him in there. He beat that guy up that one time on the sidelines.
All right. I'm taking Cleveland. I need it for the Jets. I'm not even thinking anything else here. All right. We got finally a huge 4 o'clock play. This might be the third time this whole year this happened. Let's start off with the local team, the Giants, plus 14 at Philly, which insinuates they are not going to play their guys. Seems that that's been confirmed today with Dable not practicing his guys. That's what everyone's saying. And they had off until Wednesday because Daniel Jones gave them off, surprisingly, in the huddle. I think they're taking this week off, especially because if they're thinking if they're going to play Philly, they want to be at full strength and not give him anything to think about. I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles here, -14. I know it sounds crazy. I know it makes no sense. I know everything in my body wants me to take the Giants, honestly. But I think Jalen Hurts is going to come back. And I think they care about this game a lot, and the Giants really don't.
Yeah, I'm looking up real quick because I'm interested. Dude, I think the Giants cover the spread. I don't think they win this game. But even if they rest people, dude, Dable's still calling the shots. You know, their OC still their OC, their DC still their DC. Like, they've been playing good football. They've been getting it going. They've had a couple close games against some pretty good teams. And they've won some pretty easy games against bad teams. That's what you need to do in the league in order to make the playoffs. I mean,
yeah, let me ask you this. If the Giants go down 10-0 or 14-0, is anybody coming back out in the second quarter or in the second half? Like, no, Tyrod Taylor's going to play. They're going to bench Daniel Jones. They don't want him to get hurt. They're going to bench Barkley. They're going to throw in Breida a bunch of times. They're going to play that kid Brightwell. And they're going to, and all their defensive guys are going to sit down because they've been hurt all year. Like, this is amazing for them. They're going to bench Adoree Jackson, who's been hurt every week. They're going to bench Leonard Williams, who's been hurt every week. They're going to
I agree with everything
see what goes
saying,
on with Xavier McKinney.
You're not hearing what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, yeah, they're going to do that. They're going to put Thibodeau down. But whoever's coming in is still running the plays that the OC and the DC are calling.
I know, but it's Tyrod Taylor and Matt Breida.
So Tyrod Taylor's going to get you a couple touchdowns.
I don't. Yeah. That's the thing. I see what you're saying. I see your angle here. I wouldn't. That's why I wanted to bring up those names specifically. Like I don't know. I
14
just
points
don't see
is
it
a lot
happening.
of points for a
I
division
know,
rival.
but that's why everyone's gonna take the Giants.
Yeah.
They've been gritty all year too, and everything from Dable's past says he's gonna play his guys. Everybody should take the Giants here, which is why I'm fading everything here, and I'm taking Philly. Like
I'm doing it. I didn't say it. I'm holding my nose and I'm taking the Giants. I love them.
all right,
I love them, and I kind of like the other big spread in the 4 o'clock slate.
let's talk about it. So we got Arizona plus 14 at San Francisco. This is an interesting one to me because yes, San Francisco needs this game. Yes, Arizona might not score because they have McSorley again. Because I think McCoy might retire with these concussions. I think Connor is gonna play. D Hop is out. But yo, Brock Purdy can't be minus 14 to anyone. If it's San Francisco versus an XFL team, it can't be minus 14 because Brock Purdy is the quarterback. I love Brock Purdy. He literally won me a championship in a 2 QB league. But I cannot give up 14. I'm going to take Arizona here. This is my hold your nose. I hate it. I hate Arizona with everything in my body. The coach is going to get fired after this game. He's literally going to get fired on Black Monday, which we didn't even talk about here. But I still like
talk
14.
about clown coaches.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just checking the score real quick. I'm double checking, John. You're talking about Arizona and just like, dude, they covered last week against Atlanta. They covered the week before against Tampa Bay. Like they're hot. Arguably, it's crazy to say. You know, like you said, Colt McCoy might be done. Who knows what's going on with Kyler? But dude, that's what I'm saying about these teams that like, oh, the starters aren't playing. Oh, the backups are coming in. It's like, dude, they're still NFL players. The backups have been playing all season because guys get hurt. They come in and out. Granted, the talent level is not the same, but 14 points is just so much. So give me Arizona. I get that San Francisco is a better team. I just one weird thing happens, and all of a sudden
it's over.
You're up 21 points. If you get a pick six on the first drive of the game, you're up 21 points. Like, dude, just don't get scored on 3 times in a row when we win this game, and we push.
Even a field goal, a couple of field goals change everything.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to a game where talk about fighting for the 8 seed in the NFC.
Oh.
Seattle minus 6.5 at home, especially versus the Rams here. This is going to be my third and final best bet of the day. Oh, wait. Did I give my... I don't know if I... All right. So I have... Oh, yeah. This is my third. I have Minnesota. I have Indy that we talked about already. And then this is Seattle. And it looks like I see here a double best bet, Greg. A double best bet here you have for Seattle, which I'm hyped about because, listen, I know the Jets suck, but Seattle is motivated right now. They're going to get it back on track. They're 8-8. They're at home. Baker Mayfield stinks. The Rams just want to go home. It's going to be loud in there. Geno's fighting for a contract, man. This Kenneth Walker's trying to lock
millions of dollars.
Kenneth Walker's trying to lock up Offensive Rookie of the Year if he can. Depends on Garrett Wilson, of course. I love Seattle, man. Best bet for me.
Yeah, I'm with you. Same exact boat. I think the Rams have their tea times booked already. Seattle's looking to get in this playoffs, looking to make a run here. 6.5 might be tricky into picking Seattle, but I'm got my hand in the cookie jar, hand on the mousetrap, whatever you want to say. I'm taking Seattle, second best, or my third and final best bet here. Double best bet for us. Those don't usually turn out too well, but hopefully this time's different.
Speaking of hand in the cookie jar, Denver plus 3.5 at home versus the Chargers. This game doesn't matter for anyone. I guess maybe seeding now. The Chargers adding a spot for the Chargers. I think the Chargers are going to take it easy here. They've dealt with injuries their whole lives. I don't think wide receivers are going to play. I don't think Bosa's going to play. I mean, he'll get snaps, but I don't think he's going to play. So that's probably baked in here. But I'm still going to take Denver plus 3.5 to end. This is an interim coach game. This is I want to make the practice squad next year game. I like Denver at home plus 3.5.
I like the Chargers. I'm never picking the Broncos. So,
all right, easy enough.
Yep.
Last game of the 4 o'clocks. Interesting one, really. Dallas minus 7. Technically fighting for a division. At Washington. technically fighting for the playoffs, I guess.
Technically fighting, yeah, and Dallas technically fighting for the 1 seed, right?
That's what I meant. Yeah,
Yeah,
one the division and the 1 seed.
yeah,
Crazy, man.
yeah.
I love Dallas so much.
Same.
Washington has no idea what to do at quarterback, which is all I need to hear. I don't care. I'm taking Dallas here, which is exactly when Dallas disappoints, by the way. This is when Stephen A. Smith. This is Stephen A. Smith's season.
Yeah.
It's gonna go bad. Like exactly. Oh yeah, everything's set up. It's set up. The Redskins, the Redskins commanders, R words, whatever you want to call them, they don't have a quarterback. They're in disarray. They're at home, which is even worse for them. I feel like being at home is worse for them, especially when you don't have a quarterback. Being at home sucks, dude.
Yeah.
And I Dallas has a good defense. Dallas is motivated this week. I This is almost like I feel like a Joe Schmo doing this.
Oh, for sure, but I'm doing it too. I'm doing it with you. -7, give me Dallas. Dude, I think Ron Rivera is actively trying to get fired. I mean, the post-game press conference last week, he was told
He was right.
He was told on the stand that he was like, "Wait, we can get eliminated?"
He was right, dude. He knew the 8 seed was coming. The almighty 8 seed.
Yeah, right. And the tinfoil hats are out in a big way. I think he's actively trying to get fired, maybe trying to go back to Carolina. Who knows? Give me Dallas -7. Washington stinks.
Hashtag Ron Rivera knew. All right.
Oh.
Speaking of Joe Schmo, I should have wore the cheese head.
Yeah.
I'm taking them. Green Bay -4.5. Aaron Rodgers to make the playoffs because he's gonna be my quarterback next year. Him or Jordan Love, Greg. One of those two are gonna be my quarterback of the New York Jets. I've convinced myself of it. Either Jordan Love's gonna ask for a trade or Aaron Rodgers is gonna get traded to the Jets, and therefore I'm rooting for my squad. Green Bay. I love Nixon so much. I hope he comes with. He's on unrestricted free agent. I hope he follows Aaron Rodgers. Also, Lazard is there. I know. Fan fiction. I'm done. Green Bay -4.5 at home versus the Lions. What do you got?
I like Green Bay. I think they're good.
Really?
I think they're getting hot at the right time. I just looked
Wow.
at the
I'm
pick.
actually shocked.
I looked
I'm
at
shocked.
the pick. I had Detroit, but then I just looked at it and I'm like, I'm wearing a Hawaiian blue for my guys or a Honolulu blue for my guys out there in Detroit. But as a Jets fan, I could just say it's like this is a game Detroit loses 100 times out of 100. So
And listen, the almighty 8 seed. Lions
Yeah.
can jet their way in. Like the Lions and the Jets getting in on the 8 seed is poetic justice, really.
that would be something.
They should make those spots just for us. Like they are made for the Browns, the Lions, the Jets, the Jaguars, the Texans. Like that's what those picks are made for.
Yeah, that'd be an all-time asterisk too. It's like the Jets made the playoffs. It's like, yeah, they had
I
to
would
invent
love
the
give me
playoff
that-
spot.
Greg, give me that asterisk all day.
Oh,
Especially
of course.
we would go into Cincinnati and get absolutely wrecked, and then everyone's gonna all the pundits. Why would you do it? This is so dumb. Of course, the Jets are gonna get smacked by Cincinnati. Oh yes, feed that to me all day. All right, wraps it up for the full slate. Greg, what do you got in the Hail Marys?
I got a good one here. I got a great one. It's gonna win.
Is it a good one or
know
a
it.
great one?
I know. I upgraded it. I got the Titans +240. I got the Texans +130. I got the Patriots +240. 3-team Hail Mary +2560 for all those teams to win. Yes, they're all on the road. That scares me, but they're all pretty good plus money. I think all in must-win games except for the Texans. But I just like the Texans' value at +130. I think it's not. It shouldn't be 2 points. The Colts stink. I think the Titans and the Patriots could both win these games outright. So give me a +2650.
Yo, I just want you to know that the Bills also said they're gonna play for 3 this week. I mean,
Yeah,
you're a madman for betting against the Bills. All right.
that's how broken my brain is from Bill Belichick.
No, Bill Belichick can't overcome this one. All right.
All right.
I'm taking for my Hail Mary. This is the Jets. The Jets get into the playoffs parlay. That's all I care about in this world. I got Kansas City money line, Jaguars money line, Jets money line, Browns money line. I'm sprinkling in a Sam Darnold money line because that's how it should all happen. taking the Bills -7 because I hate Bill Belichick and they're playing for 3. And I'm going to sprinkle in the Minnesota Vikings money line. That's plus 4,800. Take that for $50. Make 2,500, 2,400. Just did that. All right. What do you got for teaser?
Love it. For my teaser, I'm going with the 7-leg teaser. Only plus 5 points. Plus 5 points. Nah, fuck it. To your point, let's go wild with it. It's the last week of the season. Plus 3.5 points. So it's a 7-leg teaser plus 1,600. I got Carolina plus 7, Minnesota -4, the Bengals -3.5, the Seahawks -2.5, the Chargers plus 6, the Cowboys -3.5, and the Packers -1. Plus 1,600. I heard a lot of 3.5s as I was running through that. So if you want to get under the 3.5, you can make it plus 4.5 points, and that's plus 1,200. Nice even numbers. Get under the football numbers. Have yourself a day. Gets you Carolina plus 8, so you're over the football number there. Gets you the Chargers plus 7, so you're pushing there. 7 teams I think could win in this teaser. Plus 1,200. It's not bad to end the season.
All right. I got a 5-leg plus 400. Teaser plus 5.5. Titans plus 5.5 on every game, which equals Titans plus 12, Browns plus 8, Panthers plus 9, Seahawks money line is -0.5, and Jets plus 7.5. It's plus 400. That's gonna be my teaser for the week. And that wraps it up, man. Week 18, we'll be back for the playoffs. But before we do all that, you know what it is. Subscribe when the Knicks come, Jets come, etc. period on our YouTube where you are watching. And yeah, man, you know what it is. Playoffs. We're here.
Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. We really appreciate it. Thank you to the people that have been rocking with us all season. Winning Pete Weekly on Twitter. We'll be back for the playoffs. It's incredible to say that we're here. Yeah. Let's get it going, man. I'm very excited about hopefully getting maybe with the Jets 8 seed. We'll see, but even not playoffs football, it's going to be incredible. So very excited.
All right, so right now 53% on the year. So let's keep this going. Let's say about 500 here. Let's go.
Oh yeah,
right.
well, yeah. I think you need to go like 2-1 on
best bets.
Best
too.
bets. Yeah, my stuff's bad.
It's all right. That's what we're not talking about. Staying positive here. Going into the full rundown. Saturday, Kansas City -9.5 at Vegas. What do you got?
Las Vegas plus 9.5.
I'm riding with the favorites here, taking a chalk -9.5. Tennessee plus 6.5 at Jacksonville for the division. What do you got?
Tennessee plus 6.5.
I got Jacksonville. Long live the 8 seed. Tampa Bay plus 3.5 at Atlanta. Looks like it moved to 4 while I've been talking here. What do you got?
Atlanta -4, -3.5, whatever it is.
Same. New England plus 7 at Buffalo, playing for 3. What do you got?
New England plus 7.
I got Buffalo. Minnesota -3.5 at Chicago, playing for a 1 seed, playing for a second pick. What do you got?
Minnesota -3.5.
Best bet of mine, Minnesota. Love them. Baltimore plus 7 at Cincinnati. What do you got?
Cincinnati -7. My second best bet of the day. My other best bet was New England.
All right. Houston going for that number 1 spot. Plus 2.5 at Indy. What do you got?
Give me Houston plus the points.
Oh, I'm taking Indy. Best bet of mine. The Jeff Saturday sandwich. Make you forget. He's gonna make Tibbs remember exactly who he is.
Yeah.
Jets plus 2. Oh, my favorite game of the week. Skylar Thompson versus Chris Streveler, hopefully. What do you got?
Give me the Chris Streveler Jets plus 2.
Amazing. How about the Sam Darnold Carolina Panthers plus 3.5 at the Saints?
I like Carolina for sure here, plus 3.5 on the road.
What am I missing? I'm taking Carolina. Saints shouldn't be -3.5 against anyone. The Red Rocket, see you, man. Cleveland plus 2.5 at Pittsburgh. What do you got?
I like Pittsburgh -2.5.
In the name of the almighty 8 seed, I got Cleveland plus 2.5. 4 o'clocks. Chargers at Denver. Denver plus 3.5. What do you got?
I like the Chargers here. I also think, too, the line moved on this one. Sorry, do this in the rapid wrap-up. Yeah, it's LA plus 2.5 now. So I think that they've announced they're probably benching people.
The Rams?
The Chargers.
Oh, the Chargers.
Chargers
Okay.
are plus 2.5, and now Denver's minus 2.5. It's like flip 5 or 6 points.
Okay, that makes way more sense.
Yeah, I like the Chargers. Either way, I like the Chargers. I don't care if it's 2 points or whatever.
Either way, I like Denver. All right, Giants, because it's the same thing. It's baked in. It's a motivation factor.
Yeah.
We said this game means nothing. All right, Giants plus 14 at Philly. What do you got?
Giants, what am I missing? Pick of the week, divisional game, take the points, no matter who's playing.
All right, I got Philly. Arizona plus 14 at San Francisco. What do you got?
Arizona, divisional game, right? Yeah, divisional game
Everything's a
on the
division game.
road. Yeah, that's true, right? Everything, right? No, yeah, everything is, yeah. So Arizona, same thing as the Giants, divisional game, 14 points, doesn't matter who's out there. Give me the points. Cliff Kingsbury coaching for his job. Had to get that in there.
Rams at Seattle. Seattle minus 6.5. My best bet. What do you got?
My best bet, Seattle.
Let's go.
minus
Double
six and a
best bet.
half.
Dallas minus 7 at Washington. What do you got?
Dallas -7.
All right, and then Detroit basketball Lions plus 4.5. Shout out to Dan Campbell, but skipped out on the McAfee, dude.
Tough.
Not a fan right now. At
Tough.
Green Bay minus 4.5. What do you got?
Give me Green Bay.
Same. All right, that wraps it up. Week 18. Come see us, hopefully, for the first ever 8th seed NBA style NFL playoffs. Let's go. You know what it is. Hit us up. Winning P Weekly Twitter. Comment on our YouTube. Let us know what you got. And that's it.
Jets, 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 Jets.